The divine ritual that I assisted Archcanon Tarvis perform caused me a bit of vertigo, but after a moment's time resting, I seemed to have gathered my composure. Lord Vivec did mention that he had further need of our assistance in unraveling the mystery that shrouds Vardenfell. Time to offer myself once more to our living god.
I have another task for you, Outlander.
Forgive me for my previous interruption, Lord Vivec. The ritual caused me to lose my balance for a spell, but I am ready to assist you further. Pardon my observation, but you look extremely puzzled.
The ritual confirmed my worst fears. Divine energy flows out of me for no reason that I can discern. I felt the power imbued within my blessing stone get wrenched away as soon as you added it to the ritual. I couldn't stop it.
But you are a god. How is it possible that you are losing your divine energy?
To quote my own words as the warrior poet, no lock exists that the determined thief cannot open. Follow the trail of my missing energy, and try to discover the identity of the enemy Levol's ancestor warned us about.
Do you truly feel it's an enemy that is responsible for your loss of energy?
Something drains my energy. Find Archcanon Tarvis in his office, and ask if he gleaned anything useful from the ritual. If not, I know his earlier research indicated new avenues to investigate. Go where he tells you, and learn what you can.
Very well, Lord Vivec. I will make it a point to speak with the Archcanon.
My divine energy diminishes with every passing moment, but the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of these dire circumstances until your trustworthiness had been demonstrated.
I take no offense. Better to have full confidence in one's companion before revealing a vulnerability. Suffice it to say, I believe Archcanon Tarvis would have conflicting views with you about me.
Yes. While Archcanon Tarvis has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the Tribunal. And recently, that prudence has grown 1,000-fold. He's a faithful servant, however, despite his narrow-mindedness.
You mentioned before about your energy diminishing. Coming from a mortal mer, what exactly does that mean? I would like to fully understand it.
I've always used my power freely, and without detriment. I create the blessing stones, hold the moonlit above the city, and perform 100 miracles a day to benefit my people. I begin to feel the toll this liberal application of divinity costs me.
Do you think you are in danger, my lord?
I care little for my own safety, but my people are another matter. Without my power to stop it, the moonlit will crash into the city and kill hundreds, perhaps thousands of innocents. And that would be just the start of Vardenfell's woes.
I had heard of rumors of the moonlit being held aloft solely by you, and fear the amount of devastation in its wake if your power were to fail. Have the rest of the tribunal shared their thoughts on the mystery?
They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity, but so far, I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexia hoards her energy and has barricaded her temple against attack. As for Sothasil...
What about Sothasil?
My brother travels. We have not heard from him for quite some time, but I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power. Funny. You always wanted to discover the limits of our divinity. Perhaps I will solve that mystery for him.
Hopefully prior to all of your energy being wrenched away. Do you have any suspicions of the affliction that ails you to be of unnatural origins?
At first, I barely noticed the loss of energy. But as I continue to grow weaker, the more it feels like an attack against my person. Besides, the Ancestor Spirit confirmed that an ancient enemy was to blame. We just need to determine who, before...
Before what, my lord?
Let us not dwell on disasters to come when we have problems enough to deal with in the here and now. Consult with Archcanon Tarvis and discover the source of this attack, Then we can put an end to it and not worry about what might have been.
Understood, Lord Vivec. I will make my way to the Archcanon now.
Praise Vivec!
Praise Vivec. Truly a bit of a conundrum about our Lord Vivec. I just can't wrap my mind around it. A god losing the divinity? I remember learning about the tribunal in my youth, but it was never taught to us the origin of their power. But written texts and rumors always pointed back to Red Mountain and the battle that occurred back in the War of the First Council. Nevertheless, the lives of countless Dunmer rest upon the unraveling of this mystery, so hopefully Archcanon Tarvis will have an idea of where our next avenue lies. Greetings, Archcanon.
I performed that ritual countless times, and it never exploded in my face before. If I discover that you sabotage the divination... No. I shouldn't take my failure out on you. It's not your fault that things are... difficult.
It's quite alright, Archcanon. I can assure you that you can have faith in my loyalty. Are you referring to the loss of Lord Vivec's power as the difficulty you're facing?
How do you know about... Lord Vivec told you? Of course he did. It's his prerogative, I suppose. You must swear to keep this secret, though. There would be panic in the streets if the people believed one of the tribunal was incapacitated.
As I swore to Lord Vivec, I also do to you. Is there any assistance that I might lend in investigating the source of this problem? Lord Vivec mentioned you might be in need, so I am at your disposal.
It's true. I'm much better at scholarly pursuits than fieldwork. And the ritual wasn't a total failure. It confirmed 3 locations from my earlier studies. Balmora, Aldrin, and Barrelzar's Tower. I need you to investigate each of these sites.
Is there any information you might have on these locations that might benefit me before my departure?
I researched what I could using the resources available here in Vivec City. To learn more, I need an agent to personally assess each location. Lord Vivec thinks you're the best one for that job. I hope he's right.
What did your research tell us about Barrelzar's Tower?
I believe the mage seen in the ritual is Barrelzar, who works out of an ancient Velothi tower. His experiments radiate energy similar to Vivec's affliction, but they're not a perfect match. Find out what he knows about the transfer of divine energy.
Interesting. And what of Balmora? I know of House Redoran's involvement there, but what exactly are we looking for?
House Redoran controls the town and nearby mines. House Halalu also has interests in the region. Rumors of a cult in the area concern me the most. I believe we saw a cultist during the ritual. Make discreet inquiries and see what you can learn.
Going to make an astute wager. We are talking about a Daedric cult.
I have no idea. That's why we're sending you. I suggest you start at the inn. Secrets get spilled along with the drinks in such places. The miners may know something as well. I've heard that House Redoran has issued some kind of proclamation.
Noted. That's Barrelzar's Tower and Balmora, which leaves Alderun.
Savage Ashlanders, like the one seen in the vision, use the area as a tribal meeting ground. These nomadic heretics deny the divinity of the tribunal and have no love for Vivec. But how they could be involved eludes me. See what you can uncover.
I have only ever heard of Ashlanders, but as far as my knowledge goes, I have never met one in person. Thank you for sharing this information. It will certainly prove to be useful in my tasks. I will depart Vivec City shortly to these locations, and will return once I have learned anything. 3 keep you, Archcanon Tarvis. I better make my way down to the library of the city. I believe there's a map there that I can use to get my bearings. Yes, here we are. There's a map right there on this table. Let's see. Balazar's tower seems to be located in the swamps east of Vivec City, while both Balmora and Aldrun lie in the north. I feel consulting with the mage in the tower would probably be the best course to start with, especially with the mention of energy readings similar to Lord Vivec's. To reach Balazar's tower, I should follow the road that runs northeast of Vivec City, into the town of Suran. Taking the road due east of there, I should find myself upon the canton of Molag Mar, headquarters of the Buoyant Armigers. From here, I should be able to cut across the land further east until I happen upon this tower. Once I finish up at the Mage's Tower, I can return back to Vivec City to find my next bearings up to Balmora. To accomplish this task set before me by the Archcanon, I'm going to have to do a bit of traveling around Vardenfell, and I would much rather not spend this time on foot. I should go see the stablemaster about acquiring a horse. Perhaps me being on a mission in service to Lord Vivec will help in talking down the price.
My strength wanes.
If I remember correctly, the stablemaster is located at the entrance to Vivec City, near the canton that I was able to acquire the Blessing Stone.
I could use a break.
Best mounts in all of Vardenfell, right here. Come in and see what's available today.
Greetings, stablemaster. I am on an errand for Lord Vivec, and have a need to travel across Vardenfell. I do hope you have a suitable steed that I might purchase off of you to aid in my travels. Here is the gold. I am certain you will find the payment more than satisfactory. Perhaps one of those with a white mane. Always found those quite lovely. Ah, she will do quite nicely. She certainly is built sturdy and has a spirit about her. I think I shall call her Serene. Beautiful name for a beautiful mare. Now, it's time to head northeast towards Suran. If I'm lucky, I won't meet with any trouble on the roads. What a gorgeously crisp night it is, and that view of Red Mountain is just incredible.
Hlalu.
May your pouches overflow with gold.
Typical House Hlalu. Always focused on their purses rather than their pride.
Help! Someone, please help!
You there. Are you alright, sir?
Please help. You must help.
My word, you look worse for wear. What ails you?
Bandits. They attacked my father's wagon on the roads to Suran. They're stealing everything we own. My father's a proud Mer. They may kill him. You have to help us.
Bandits, you say? Typical for lowlives to attack the innocent? Stay here and keep out of sight in case they return. I was on my way to Suran, so I will press on and save your father. I best be ready for a fight. This could get nasty. Nord bandits. Should have known. Even with the pact in place, there still exists bad blood between the Nords and our people. Looks like I arrived fashionably late to this party.
Keep your weapons sheathed, citizen. The situation is well in hand, I assure you.
Just taking precautions, as I met with this Mer's son just down the road, which he asked for aid. What happened?
Bandits. I commend you for springing to this mare's defense, but you should be cautious. I'm investigating some irregularities in Suran's justice system. I fear the town's lead constable, Marshal Hlaran, may be arresting people without cause.
Nothing good ever blossoms from a corrupt justice system. You might find yourself on the bad end of a deal before you know it. I was just passing through myself, but I could lend you some aid if you need it.
You did answer the call of a citizen in peril. Very well. I need evidence, testimony. Many of the Marshal's prisoners are toiling on plantations outside Suran. Talk to them. Gather some proof of Hlaran's corruption. Then meet me at Ula's manor.
Testimonies from plantation workers. Understood. I will gather as much evidence as I am able.
The plantations are crawling with iron-howled mercenaries. I'll draw them away as best I can, but do hurry. They won't leave their posts for long.
Pardon me for being forward, but who exactly are you?
Ah, you must be a recent arrival. I am called the Scarlet Judge, vanquisher of evil and guardian of the oppressed. I am this island's protector, bound by oath to avenge injustice and safeguard the helpless.
Wow, you sound like a real man of the people. Do you serve the tribunal much like an ordinator?
No, my oath is of a personal nature. I revere the three, but my relationship with the rulers of Vardenfell is complex. Ordinators are bound by restrictive temple law. It makes them slow to action, clumsy. I have no such restrictions.
No rules or restrictions, so you're a vigilante then?
I've been called savior and menace, hero and villain. If you'd call me a vigilante, then so be it. My only concern is the lives and welfare of those I protect. Wherever Vardenfell's laws cannot or will not act against injustice, there you will find me.
Fair enough. I am not one to judge. Tension breaker. The Iron Hounds, you say? Never heard of them.
Cold-hearted mercenaries. Swords for hire without virtue or scruple. They serve the plantation owners and I suspect Marshal Hlaran. The Iron Hounds will hurt anyone for the right price. The plantation owners pay them very well.
Not much more sophisticated than our deceased friends here. Why is it then that Marshal Hlaran hasn't been detained herself, if she has been accused of corruption?
Other than the fact that she's in charge of the constabulary? This is a Redoran city. House Redoran demands certainty in all things. Hlaran's deputies won't sanction an arrest unless there is overwhelming evidence. We have no proof, only suspicion.
Hence why you required the evidence from the wrongfully imprisoned citizens. Will the constables actually act after all of this effort?
Yes, precisely. House Redoran does not suffer this kind of misconduct lightly. Once we prove Flaren's crimes, the House will turn against her.
Oh, believe me, I am very well versed in the policies of House Redoran. Very well. I will be on my way to gather the evidence and meet you at Euless Manor shortly. I remember passing a few plantations on my way here to Suran. This is probably where our unfortunate prisoners will be toiling. Yes, there on the left. I do see a plantation manor. Now to find a path to cut across. I best watch myself. The beasts are particularly active tonight. Ah, blasted Nyx Hound. Ah, an Arlet too. Very ill-tempered beast. I do need to watch my step. Ooh, some copper. Now, if I stick to the grass and sneak about, my presence should remain unknown to the gods. Psst, you there, with the shovel.
What? I'm working here.
Forgive me, but could you tell me what's going on around here?
What's going on? Ha! They're working us like snowblind oxen, that's what's going on. You want to know more? Kill that smoke-skinned bastard Overseer Torvain. He's always itching to execute someone, and I think I'm next.
I will make no promises, but I will see what I can do. I will probably find this Torvain up near the plantation manor.
You think... Stand, slave! Don't you have more to say?
What a nasty and vile individual. Don't foresee anyone missing him once he is gone.
Back to work! Another lazy slave, I'll kill you too!
Ha! I'd like to see you try.
I'll beat you to a pulp!
Is that the best you could do?
Join my other rebellious slaves! Die!
On the contrary, Overseer, I believe it is you that shall die. There. Nasty business for a nasty mer. Now, I should be able to gather more information from the workers without the fear of the Overseer's wrath coming down upon them. Nevertheless, I should keep to the shadows and be discreet. Hello there. Might I have a word?
Did you just... is Overseer Torvain really dead?
Yes, he will no longer torment another being again. You are a prisoner here, are you not?
Prisoner? Slave, more like... I swear I don't belong here. That Marshal, Hilaren, she says I murdered a beggar the day I arrived in Suran. I can't even bring myself to kill a fly, let alone a person. There's got to be some mistake.
For a crime such as that, I would have expected you to be in a prison, not working fields on a plantation. What else can you tell me about Hilaren's plans?
Master Kark's building a new prison in Suran, but it isn't finished yet. In the meantime, they make us work out here in the fields. Lauren visits Karak's house twice a week. Maybe you can find something there. You have to get me out of here.
A new prison, you say? I'm certain something about this can be found in Karak's house. I'll bring your testimony to someone who can help once I return to Suran. Now, let's go meet with our Nord friend again. Psst. Hi, me again.
Ha! Well, I'll be a skeever's drunk auntie. Did you really cut down Overseer Torvain? Certainly won't miss that horse's arse.
I have the sneaking suspicion that you aren't the only one. I am searching for prisoners who were falsely arrested. Do you fit that description?
Falsely? Guess that's a matter of perspective. I punched a dark elf. But I promise you, that wormy little snowback had it coming. I'd punch him again if I got the opportunity.
Bit of a harsh sentence to perform hard labor for a small scrap, if it even was that.
Well, maybe that someone was Master Arano. And maybe the punch broke his jaw in 3 places. But that's what he gets for asking me to service his gods. Lauren told me I can shorten my sentence by working here. You telling me different?
Well, I certainly don't blame you. I might have a hunch that Marshal Lauren might be lying.
Sure's blood. I knew that elf was skeeving me out. Oh, when I get my hands on her.
Let's just try to keep from doing something drastic for the time being. I know of someone who can help, to whom which I will pass along your testimony. I did spot an orc up here gathering wood. I might have a word with him. These blasted Alans. I swear, one more. Psst, might I have a word?
I saw you strike down Overseer Torvain. Well fought, friend. If ever an elf had it coming, it was Torvain.
I'm not the type of person to stand by and watch another so cruel go freely about their business. Tell me, how did you come about becoming a prisoner in these fields?
I was taking a deposit to the bank. A week's worth of coin, fairly earned. Marshal Lauren accosted me and seized it. Accused me of stealing from some farmer outside town. The farmer's dead, of course, but who needs witnesses when an orc's to blame?
Truly despicable. Is there anything that has caught your eye that could be used against her? Something incriminating or of similar sorts?
Maybe. These damn dark elves think I'm nothing but an animal. Some don't even think I can speak. Makes them careless around me. Mistress Dren's been shouting about the quality of her laborers. You might find something of value in her manner.
Some of us are quite more sophisticated than others, I can assure you. Hard to believe I am of the same race as some of these pompous thickheads. I will take a look around in the manor, and also bring your testimony to an acquaintance who can help. If I were to make a wager, Master Karak's manor will be the fancy one on the waterfront just west of here. There's guards on the bridge. I better approach by the bank side. There, only one guard patrolling up ahead. I think I could sneak past him if I traversed the water. Seeing that it's nightfall, I might run the risk of bumping into Master Karak himself. And believe you me, I have no plans on becoming a slave worker today. I think I will hide out here in this tiny shed and wait for daybreak to ensure Karak has departed from his home.